How do we replace the Triumph 1200 front engine mounts? I'll tell you what, let's find out. Good afternoon YouTubers, it's the Man Mechanic here. Today we're going to be fitting engine mountings today. Very easy job. As you can see, the engine mountings on Hetty are absolutely shot to pieces, and what's going to happen is I've got a bit of a vibration on the pickup, so I think it's probably the clutch and flywheel, but we're going to change these engine mountings first because they're quite shagged. Ever so easy job to do. So what we need to do is we need to undo all the bolts, but don't take them off because the engine is actually hanging in on these two bolts here really. So what we do is we've got two 9/16, but I use 14mm. You know, it's like you've got a bolt there, and also inside here you've got a bolt just there. Okay, so you just need to loosen them, but don't take it off. And what we need to do then is just jack the engine up, or take the stress off the engine. So what I tend to do is I use a jack with a piece of wood, put it under the sump, and then that will just take the pressure off these engine mounts. And then you can take these two bolts out, loosen that bolt out, and the whole lot should slip out to the front, in theory. There you go. Well, I don't think you can really see it very well, but I've just put a jack under the sump, and I've just taken the strain off the engine mounts. So we now take the engine mounts out and put new ones in. Happy days. Right, so what we do now, as you can see, we just lever the two old mounts out like this. If I get my finger out of the way. So we've got one. Might jack the engine up a little bit more. That's it. Just jack the engine up a little bit. I mean, it can be a little bit of a pain to do, but what I tend to do, right, let's have a bit of a wiggly. Lost me. Where's the engine mounting got all this? So I get a little bit of... It's a case of total psychology and extreme bloody violence, but the old one's out. Right, fitting these is the reverse of the undoing them. So, as you can see, I've got to jack this engine up a little bit more. This is new mount. It's just not quite what's saying, so give that a little bit of a jack. Oh, I think I've got an oral feeling I've got to take the other one off as well. Oh, so close. Look at that, so close, and yet so far. Right. We got our old mate here, Harry the Bastard, my old Grosslane bar. So what we do now is just lift up the engine, get that front mount on. That mount. Right, there's the engine mount in. Now what I tend to do now is I lower the engine back down so it gets its natural sitting position, and then I'll tighten all the bolts up, all the nuts up, and then jobs are good. There you go. New one on the left hand side and a brand new one on the right hand side, and it's nice and steady now. So hopefully that may get rid of some of that vibration when you pull away, because these other engine mounts were absolutely knackered. As you can see, they were well and truly gone. I think they've seen better days. They've probably been on there since brand new, so they're not 60 years old, them things. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out. Please subscribe, please like, and do what else you've got to do. But take care of yourself now. Let's try and get a 500. Let's see if we can try and get a 500 subscription.